Hello there everyone, Shibby here. Hope everyone out there's doing well and taking back once again with some more Tekken 8 ranked matches. I try to climb up the ranks with Asuka here. Looks like my first opponent is going to be a Bryan player dressed up as a guy who's that from JJK, Toji? Is that right? But yeah, in the last video I got really close to Mighty Ruler with Asuka. Didn't quite make it, but maybe in this video we can. But the way we're starting off against Bryan, probably not. Alright, see what we can do here. If we do get hit there, we'll take that. I stupidly did that, because I am a stupid person. I did that all wrong. We robbed him blind. We did not play well enough at all to win that at all. Alright, we'll sidestep here. Alright, we are plus after that. Oh. Alright, we're gonna get nailed there. Alright, we're gonna get the launch here. I did the wrong combo, go figure. Oh, he does armor through that, smart move. God, that kick always has more range than what I think it does. Alright. Alright, we get the hit there. I get blocked by then. I tried to jab check him there. It was not fast enough. Alright, not sure why I got hit there. Kind of felt like I was blocking. But this is the way the game breaks sometimes. Alright, we are going to get the hit there as they try to sidewalk that. Alright, we'll take that. Alright, we're gonna get the jab in there. And go up 2-1 here. Alright, we do manage to break the throw. That was a little bit further away than what I thought. Alright, so we get the wall right there. Alright, they go for the duck there. Alright, we're gonna get a combo here. I drop it. Does that not count as a punch? I guess not, because I just tried to punch parry that twice and it didn't work. Okay. And you cannot sidestep a snake edge. Alright. Did miss there. Alright, we do get the grab in there. Alright, that's not a one break. Is that not? I guess it doesn't count as a low. Alright, we do manage to steal the round though. Alright, and get a little bit closer to Mighty Ruler. I think I mentioned this in the last video, but when I didn't play Asuka much at all recently. I was trying to grind King up as much as I can, which is my other character. But when I think the highest I got Asuka was Fujin. So we'll see if I can get back to there or not. Okay, I tried to backstep that, and that goes way further than what I thought. I guess you just have to block it low. Like, it's not really... Alright, that's not a one break. Alright, that kick must be in mid, because I've tried to crouch it twice and gotten hit. I don't have enough health. Alright, try to go for a low round start and just get straight up hit. Alright, I did try to power crush that. Unfortunately, that looks like it outright beat it, or I just take it to power crush, not really sure. Alright, we've gotten steamrolled 2 rounds in a row. This is not going well. Alright, you can't backstep it. I've tried to do that twice, and it has not worked either time. Alright, we're gonna get the hit there. That was a very unfortunate trade. I don't know what the break for that is. And there's more to that string. There's always more. I can't even get breathed on. Right, no break. Alright, he's going to tie things up at a game of peace. We're going to slide a little bit back down in the Tenryu here. And do we get the run back? Usually when it takes this long, with the way most Tekken matches go, I don't have high hopes. Not saying that everyone should like immediately rematch, but just the way Tekken is, like if it takes more than 3 seconds, typically they're gone. But glad this person didn't do that. God, that reaches for full screen, it feels like. But most things do. Alright, string's not over. Alright, not my turn. Again, you can't sidewalk that. That's not what I wanted. Tried to do down back 3 and just got a down 3. I don't understand. On everything I press down back. I don't know why I got hit there. I guess I just didn't get the block. Which means I probably was just a little bit too slow. Alright, we get it there. Alright, we'll take that. I should have figured. It was very obvious what I was going to do there. I mean, still ate some damage doing that. But not enough. Have they punched me from that far away? Alright. That move is so fucking fast. Alright, we'll take that. Alright, that does unfortunately beat the shoulder charge there. Alright, we get a free launch there, and that was just enough. God damn it, like, just... Can you really not do anything but block it low? Alright, what a trade. Alright, there's more to it. Alright, I thought I was blocking there, but unless that's just a continuous combo to the low connects, but unfortunately we are going to drop the first game to Bryan here, but good games to that opponent, or the first set I should say, good games to that opponent, back when I find my next match. Alrighty, looks like I found my next opponent here, and we're going to, excuse me, and we're going up against another Bryan. So maybe we're warmed up against Bryan here. We'll find out. All right, see what we can take advantage of here. All right. Oh, we're gonna get knocked down because they immediately heated up. All right, I did crouch, so we're gonna get hit by the mid there. All right, gladly take that. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted either. I tried to do down back 3. Alright, they tried to sidewalk that, so they will get hit. Alright, they gotta come to me. I got the health lead here. Alright. Managed to sneak a grab in with 4 seconds to go. Right, we are plus. Alright, we'll heat up here. Oh, this is their turn. Alright, no blocking the low there. I don't know the break. I tried one. Alright, they're not blocking that low. We're just going to kind of keep doing that. Alright, no break on the grab. Alright, good crash by them. I'm gonna go for it again though. Alright, go low here. And we are going to steal, excuse me, the first game against the second Bryan. All right, if we win this, we should get back up into Mighty Ruler. So let's see what we can get done here.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, they do get hit here. Bryan have a parry? All right, this first time they do Snake Edge, need to... I tried to sidewalk it, unfortunately we don't get it. All right. Try to 2-break that time. That must be 1+2 because I'm not sure exactly what the proper break is. All right, there's more to that. All right, they can hit there again. Go low this time. Oh, that was way too far away for that to work. You can't sidewalk Snake Edge. Launch that. Saw the activation of it, and I tried to. That's unfortunate. Well, that was a draw. All right.
Round 3. Fight.
All right, I'll take that. And no blocking the low there. I'm gonna heat up to get the pressure on. Go for a grab here. They do duck it. All right, they tried to press their luck there. And we're gonna get the back one. Alright, we do get the grab there. That's not what I wanted. Alright, we do get to launch there. Gotta drop that bigger than shit. Alright, we do get to hit there. No break on the throw. Alright. I gotta watch out for the rage art. Their crouch. We're just gonna go for it. Alright, we do get our promotion into Mighty Ruler. We do got a little bit of work to go if we're gonna get back up to Fujin as I was before with Asuka, but we'll see if we can get there. They got good games to that opponent, or good games to the Bryan player. We'll see if we can run into one more Bryan and make it 3 in a row. But again, good games to the opponent. Back when I find the next match. Alrighty, it looks like we found our first purple ranked match going up against a Lars player, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Lars was one of the characters that got nerfed. I think I could be dead wrong, but Lars is still Lars at the end of the day for me. So not very good. I don't see him a lot. I'm not very good against him. All right. All right. It's not a one break. I mean, he's just doing a bunch of Lars shit that I don't know how to combat. Alright, we'll take that. Thank God he crouched there. I just did that because I panicked, if I'm being completely honest. Alright, I tried to sidewalk him, but it did track. Alright, we do get a launch there. I wasn't sure if I could interrupt that, but damn it, I just figured why not. He is crouching a ton. Need to keep that in mind. Alright, gladly take that. I did try to rage art his shit, but I think I was too negative to do that. I thought he would more than likely press a button. Alright. We get the hit there. We're gonna get our stacks. There we are, plus. No blocking the low. We'll jab check him there. Go up 2 rounds to 1. Sidewalk. Alright, tried to mash there. I'm gonna miss horribly. Alright. I couldn't punish that. Alright, that's the first time he's blocked that, so I have to keep that in mind. I tried to do that on the initial hit. Unfortunately, it does not come out when I wanted it to. Alright. Alright, he's looking out for that string now where he wasn't before. Let's keep that in mind. Alright, we'll take that. I don't know the break for that. I'm dead. Alrighty, so we do need to keep in mind that he's looking out for that string. So if we improve a little bit, I think this is winnable, but we'll have to see. Have to see if I can outplay me. Alright, they're in their promotion match. They don't want to lose that. Alright, they get the hit there. Tried to mash there for some reason. I didn't want to commit to the full string. I don't know why I got that. I just tried to do the first two hits. Right, he does break it. Alright, we're gonna get the launch there. There should be the end of Lars. Yep. Alright. Alright, do low profile in here. I dropped the bigger shit. Alright, that's our turn. Alright, I don't know the break for that. Alright, he was just doing a bunch of shit, so I figured I'd just try to power crush it and it happened to work. Alright, we'll take that. Alright, we'll get a launch there. Alright, we'll take that one 3 straight, so we do manage to overcome my stupidness in that one. And beat Lars there. Alright, we'll see if we can make it 2 in a row and actually win the set somehow. Alright, they already got demoted. I mean, did they not get their promotion the first time? I believe I'm plus after that string, am I not? Alright, they wake up into that. Maybe do 4-4-3 because I've been doing back 3 a lot. Alright, they've been getting hit by that a lot. I should take my turn there. I don't know if that was something, but it looked punishable, so I just tried Rage Art, and I just happened to... I don't think I was right. I think he pressed the button immediately afterwards. So we'll take this. When in doubt, scrub it out, I suppose. I'll take that. Alright, haven't tried that string in a while, so I wanted to keep him honest if I could. Alright, we do catch him with that string. And down he goes. We win 2 games, 3 rounds to none. And I managed to get about to the halfway point in Mighty Ruler. But I do believe I am going to end the video here, though. Good games to the Lars player and everyone else I played today, if I didn't say that already. If you made this far, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe if you feel like it. I'll catch you guys in the next one.